Gonna get after it. Gonna be some good ass action. Good ass action. We got Days and I believe Mobstar, your row one. That's gonna be next to row one. Those guys, daycare kids, kind of really fast in the mods. You know, they're gonna get after it. So, Timmy, why aren't you racing? You're the fastest. It's Thunder Series. Timmy, answer to that. 5 viewers here tonight in stream. Kind of like a low car count. Valentine's Day race. Kind of suspect on the lower car count. We got BootySlayer and Kylemania in the second row. Those are your 4 heat race winners. Days with an early start. Jump, green flag. Days with the lead. Mobstar's going to try to left for the high side. Days going to try to block. No, he does not. BootySlayer gets to the underneath of Days. Almost 3 wide there, but Mobstar's going to elect. Come to the line. Days going to have the lead. Mobstar's going to still hang up at the top. BootySlayer look for any time outside of the preset car. Number 18, Kylemania going to try to look away around. BootySlayer trying to navigate through the top 2 right now. Almost 3 wide. BootySlayer gets his nose under there. Days going to have to left for the middle line. Days does not. Cones all over the track. Mobstar has a nose in front. They rub up against each other so far so well. Natty going to try to make his way through the front. He gets around the Smoky and Ton car. He's going to run the 4th spot. Here comes BootySlayer in the 25, still 3 wide for that first spot. Mobstar going hanging out to dry. Had a really good run coming out of 2, going to the 3 and 4. Mobstar, what a run coming out the 4. He's going to take the lead. Days going to still try to get under there, but the battle for the low side between BootySlayer and Days, that's really going to have Mobstar getting a little on there. Days going to try to jump to the high side. The high side seems to have a better line so far in this early part of the race. Maybe the low line run it up from the heat races and B mains. We don't know. Still side by side, but BootySlayer and Days right behind the leader Mobstar. Natty, Natty going to try to find his way up there. The number 18 Kylemania gets back around Natty. Natty running about the 5th spot so far. Really needs a consistent night here to help himself in the championship 4. BootySlayer Lex for the low line, still side by side between Days and BootySlayer. Mobstar with a clean track cannot run away from the top 2. That just shows the pure speed of it. Oh, Days and BootySlayer can see each other just a little bit. This allows Kylemania to try to get to the inside for the 3rd spot. BootySlayer clears Days right now though. Mobstar really running the high side. He has something up there that the other 2 don't have. Kylemania keeping him honest right there. 4 heat race winners in the top 4 right now. Natty kind of a little distance. J-Dub's holding up the inside line. He has a train right behind him. Mobstar goes straight to the underside to try to block BootySlayer. BootySlayer has a fast piece underneath him. Looks for the Mobstar machine. Looks under. No, he does not. Mobstar last win came at, I believe his last mod win came in week 1 at I-55, I believe. So he's on a little losing spell right now. BootySlayer to the inside of Mobstar. BootySlayer looking to lock himself into the championship 4 early. Remember, this is round of 10 playoff racing right now. BootySlayer came in about 5th, 6th in points. Actually, I'm not sure where he's in points. My apologies. But Mobstar came in. He's going to try to get the pass on BootySlayer. BootySlayer making the move. Still side by side with Mobstar. Mobstar, really, that load line starting to slick off just a tad bit. Kylemania looks to the inside of Days. Kylemania's going to look for a move. BootySlayer still has a nose right up front. Mobstar, nice run coming out of 4. BootySlayer still has the lead, though. Side by side, the top 2 starting to run away from 3rd and 4th. They're going to get a couple car links. BootySlayer does not lead that time. Mobstar with a huge run coming out the corner. Mobstar trying to set up maybe like a slingshot out the corner for the win if we get to that point. But he still got to have to hang high on the side. Days and Kylemania battling hard for that 3rd spot. BootySlayer hits the tires, comes up, tags Mobstar just a little bit. Mobstar gets it up. BootySlayer hits the tires. Reminiscence of last night in the Pro Late Models. Days going to take over the 2nd spot. Kylemania is going to get there. No, Days does not take over the 2nd spot just quite yet. BootySlayer does not look as comfortable as he is in the low line on the high line. BootySlayer have to hang out to dry as Days and Kylemania right on that ass. BootySlayer cuts back down right in front of them. Holds on to 2nd place. Natty is catching up to this top 4. Mobstar with the block of the low line. Kylemania drifts off the track just a tad bit coming out of 2. Still bumper to bumper coming out of 4. Mobstar still leads this action-packed pack right behind him. Mobstar holds on to the lead. He really needs a win here to lock himself to the championship 4. BootySlayer needs a win here. Honestly, Kylemania really needs a win here. Interesting top 4 here. Top 4. Really had a breakaway. Natty kind of there, kind of not. He's starting to catch up just a tad bit. Mobstar has about a car link in between him and second, but then there's like maybe a half of a Kelly Howard in between 3rd and 4th. Or 2nd and 4th. The number 10, I'm not sure who that is, hits the wall. Him and Beach Bum. Lap traffic will become a play here for Mobstar. Let's just see how nice they play to him. The number 36, I believe that's Beach Bum. BootySlayer on that back bumper, breathing down Mobstar's neck. Mobstar really trying to hold on to this win. Ladies and gentlemen, if you just tuned in, Mobstar currently your leader. BootySlayer running really, really hard against him. Days at 3rd, 4th, I believe that's Kylemania, and 5th, Can of Natty. That's your top 5. Beach Bum Lex for the high side for your leaders. Mobstar goes high in 3 and 4. He's going to have a slingshot out the corner. He has a rocket in the high side, but BootySlayer really ripping that low line. 2 of the fastest cars in each respected line are running right now. 1, 2. Days at Kylemania waiting for a mistake from the top 2 right there. The 25 of BootySlayer looking really nice in that pretty wrap. Another lap car right in front of the Mobstar. He's going to catch him maybe a lap or so. Maybe not a lap or so, but here soon. BootySlayer really hoping. Days looks to the high side. He's going to try to get a run out of the 4. BootySlayer to the inside of Mobstar. They rub up just a tad bit. Mobstar's going to take this high side. BootySlayer to the inside. BootySlayer does not throw a slider there. That's really interesting to see what happens there as his race moves on. BootySlayer hanging really tight on the low line. Car right in front of the leaders. Rex. He resets. He's currently invisible. Oh, that almost got hairy for the leaders. Almost got really airy for the leaders. Holy cow. Mobstar, Rocket, they are almost dead even going across the line. Holy cow, this race side by side. Days really catches up. Yeah, I think BootySlayer that time by. This race is getting to the tail end. Kylemania gets to the inside of Days. Oh, they rub again. Aspect. All the momentum lost from Mobstar. Mobstar does a switch around. Leads right that time by. BootySlayer to the high side. Mobstar down low. Wow, Mobstar. What a move there. Shows his veteran SCRA status. BootySlayer was not expecting that, but BootySlayer hanging really well on the high side. Mobstar throws a slider. BootySlayer 3 wide. Days in the low line. Mobstar gets stripped back. Here comes Kylemania. 4-way battle for the win. BootySlayer leads that time by. But Days still in the low line. Almost two stacked down there. 4 wide almost. Right that time by. Days in the low line. Told you he's been waiting on the mistake his whole race. BootySlayer cuts down. Mobstar kind of struggling, putting up to the high side. Days over to second place. Mobstar 3rd, 4th, Kylemania, but still, they are battling their little hearts out. Race is over. BootySlayer gets it done in a very exciting finish here. Holy cow. I believe Days 2nd, Mobstar 3rd, Kylemania 4th, Can of Natty 5th. But BootySlayer, the 25, gets it done here at Cedar Lake. A Valentine's Day classic. What an entertaining race.